Hi, I'm Frankie, and in this video, I'm going to talk about what MCP is in 4 minutes. Let's start with the problem. When we build AI agents, our agents want to be able to call tools. Those tools require certain sets of formats or protocols in order for us to tie in the plumbing that's necessary to connect to those tools. Well, every time we need to connect to a new tool for a new agent, we had to set up the plumbing in hands-on code every single time, and we had to rebuild it for every agent, for every tool, even though we might have been recreating very similar agents and we already were reusing tools, and that was taking forever. It was really not efficient, so we needed a solution. That's where Model Context Protocol came in, also known as MCP. Created by Anthropic, it's an open standard for integrating external software with AI agents. So why does it matter and how is it used? Well, think of MCP, or Model Context Protocol, as kind of like a USB-C port for all AI tools. It's one standard way that every agent can plug into the tool. You build the server one time. It exposes software through an MCP server. So you can connect to your agent in any type of MCP server so that you can already have access to that tool. You don't have to create any extra special code. As long as there's an MCP server and an agent that works with MCP, and most do, you can connect to it. This allows you to no longer have to rebuild all of that custom plumbing that was necessary before to connect new existing software with AI agents. So when would you choose to use MCP? Because there's other types of tools that exist. In Microsoft Foundry, there's built-in tools, and you can also just create custom API tools. When do you decide to implement custom plumbing versus MCP? Well, you're going to use MCP if, one, there's already a remote MCP server that exists. Don't reinvent the wheel if you can just use something and plug it right into your agent. If you already have software that exists, ask yourself, is there an easy way to set up an open API spec doc where you would then maybe use a custom API connector instead of going through the process of setting up a new MCP server? If so, you might want to use a custom API tool. But if existing software exists and there's not an easy open API spec doc, you should just create the MCP server anyways. Connect that to your agent, make it really easy for all future implementations. And if nothing exists at all, no software solution, and you're just trying to figure out how to connect something to your agent to achieve a goal, well, you're probably going to want to start with an MCP server. The general rule of thumb is if you're connecting existing software to an agent, MCP is the standard. So how can you get started? You can get started with the docs. Check this link out. I'll add it to the description so you can take a look. And then there's also a quick video on how you can get started with your first MCP server in 3 minutes. This will also be in the description. And then learn how to build your own custom MCP server. That link will also be in the description. If this video was helpful for you, I'd appreciate it if you liked the video and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I answer every comment to help as many people as I can. As always, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.